Welcome to Charlie Playoff Field as the William Blount Governors look to take on the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Should be an interesting matchup. I've not seen anything from Kingston. I think they played Heritage last night. I'm pretty sure they played
I'm
Heritage.
not sure. I'm not sure. Tyler Graves is saying they did play Heritage last night, but nobody knows the outcome.
Yeah.
Just eyeing it, they look kind of young, but
Yeah, they look like a young team. We'll go ahead and go through the starting lineups real quick so we can get underway. Let's see here. Let me dig it out here.
Now batting for Kingston, number 7, Puckett.
Starting lineup for Kingston, batting first will be number 7, Puckett. Second, number 6, Collins. Third, number 3, Webb. Fourth, number 9, Heidel. Fifth, number 1, Baker. Sixth, number 22, Woodley, as Puckett takes ball 1. Seventh, number 11, Dryman. Eighth, number 27, McNew. And
swing and a miss.
9th, number 16, McNeely. Pitching for Kingston looks to be number 9, Heidel.
And on the diamond, you've got Yates at first, Moore at second, Colby Abbott at short today, Coggin at third, Rody Kirkland in left, Joe Masterson in center. I'm running out of names for him.
Masterson.
Yeah, and then Masterson. And then Avery Crabtree in right. Backstop is Trevor Hewlin, and on the mound with a 3-2 count to the leadoff batter is Jacob Patterson. Early morning game here. We are, as a hard shot to short, stopped by Colby, across the mound, and first out. Good start to the first inning. But early game started a little bit later. We're waiting on a couple of important people that have to be here before a game can start that are on the field but not players or coaches. You can kind of figure that one out. So, swing and a miss. Now, to their credit, they're probably here right at 10:59.
Yeah, they have to go over their game plan for
their
strike zone.
That's neither here nor there. Here we are. So here we are with a 1-1 count with a 1 out.
With number 6 Collins now batting for Kingston.
And we were looking earlier. We were looking at the weather. The weather's calling for some rain around noon, and we were just looking at the map. You can see it here on your screen. It's real tiny there, but we're kind of in the middle of that. We're in the middle right of that. So it looks like it's heading our way. But we'll see how that affects the game in an hour. Hopefully we can get maybe a quick game and get through it. Get through the necessary innings to call it a game. So I don't know what that is in high school. It's 5 in the majors.
I was going to say, I'd assume it'd be about 5 for high school, I would assume.
Yeah. 4 or 5.
4 or 5,
yeah. A lot of movement on that pitch, but it was inside for a ball, inside and high.
Brings us to a full count here.
Shot to second, scooped up by Josh. Nice glove work.
Starting off better today than yesterday.
Yeah.
In the infield.
Now batting for Kingston,
2 smooth
3,
plays and
Webb.
2 outs.
They look a little bit more settled in. Now batting for Kingston is number 3, Webb. I don't like when they give you last names. I like to know their first names.
Well, I can't pronounce half of them anyway, so
usually
it's
just the last name you can't pronounce.
Yeah, but when they only give you one name, Well, I give you one name, it's even worse because
Yeah.
then you don't. If you don't know it, you're pretty much
Can't
shot.
even go by the first day. Yeah.
The wind looks like it's slightly blowing in on us. Umpire generally looks like he might be a little tighter around the plate. I'd actually call it normal, what you're used to seeing.
That's a little different than I was going to say. It's a little different from what we've been seeing all year. I wonder how we're going to adjust to it because,
Yeah.
after about game 4 of seeing the strikes on the way we have, it's kind of hard as a pitcher and a batter to.
Yeah, but just the first few that I've seen, it looks like he's going to be a little bit closer to the strike zone. In this league, you get that outside pitch sometimes, and he looks like he'll probably give it to you, but
You don't have to work for it. It's not going to be a common thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to, as a swing and a miss for strike 3 ends the inning. So we'll be back here as the Govs go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first and get out with no damage. So see you in a couple minutes.
Number 27, Job Matosian.
We're back here for the bottom of the first as Joe Matosian steps up to bat for William Blount Governors. Job has, as of late, been a little bit hot with his bat. We'll see if he continues that stride. So he takes ball 1 high. Hits that in a mile high to, looks like the second baseman for easy out number 1.
Now batting for the Govs, number 2, Colby Abbott.
Kobe Abbott batting now as he pulls one back, trying to lay down a bunt for ball 1. That and a little high and inside over Kobe's head for ball number 2. Kobe swings at strike 1. Kobe quickly runs to a 3-1 count. Ball high for ball 4. We'll see what approach Kobe takes at first. See if we do something.
Now batting for William
Brody
Blount, number 6,
Kirkland
Brody
up to bat
Kirkland.
now. As Kingston's pitcher throws back to first to try to hold Kobe tight. The first pitch is ball low. Kobe takes off, slides in easily for second base.
So sorry to leave you hanging there. Had some news of some website changes on the WB Athletics page that we'll get to you later. We've been announcing football coaches for the last couple of weeks, and we just found out that I guess they've been there for a while, but we've got some new people to show you on the WB Athletics page. We'll show it in a break at some point.
As he hits satin up, looks to be playable for shortstop for out number 2.
So Will Vance is up to bat, but just real quickly, you can see on the WB Athletics pages, on the student pages there, you've got 2 student athletic directors, and Tyler Graves and Carter Bales. And I'll show you a couple more pages here in a minute. So I guess congratulations is in order to both of those students.
As we have a little mound meeting to, I guess, calm some nerves and get a game plan for this at bat. Cubs would like to plate this 1 run, and they need to get it started off as Will Vance swings at 1 in the dirt.
Yeah, he's an aggressive hitter, but I think he would like to take that swing back.
Cubs seem to be coming out more aggressive, as that pretty much the same pitch, a little bit more off the ground this time, but they've been taking more of an aggressive approach at their bat. Quite the difference to the Kingston that looks to take more of a conservative approach at. That wind's starting to pick up a little bit here.
Yeah, it's blowing in.
That's probably what's keeping some of them fly balls.
Runner go. Oh, no, he faked me out.
So he thought about going, and then I don't know if he just didn't get the best jump he wanted to, or. ball gets away from the catcher, and Kobe looks to be standing up on third base now. Will Vance takes ball number 2 inside.
Puts it in play. Make them work for it anyway.
The ball gets by. 1 run will score, and Will Vance is standing on second base.
And that's the magic of putting the ball in play.
That would have been a top play anyway. I mean, Will was moving, and that play took a little while to develop.
I do think he would. It was close, but I do think he would have gotten him.
I do too. But third baseman was almost a shortstop by the time he got the ball.
Right.
Now batting for the Governors.
But like I said, put it in play. Good things happen.
You always want to make them have to work to make the play, not you giving them the play.
That's right. And this kind of goes along that lines of what I was talking about the other day about the 3 things that I like to see. You know, have confidence, go up there, hit the inside of the ball, and do something to help your team. Doing something to help his team was putting the ball in play. It's probably an error on the play, right?
Yeah,
he didn't get a hit, but the goal wasn't to get a hit. The goal was to help your team win, which is what he did. That's what they'd call a quality at bat, in a sense. You know, he put it in play, made something happen.
The stat lines doesn't show good. Doesn't show for Will, but
on that play, yeah. But he can walk away from that at bat and go, I did my job and helped my team.
Trevor swings at strike number 2.
So that's just another way to not, people get to stat watching and they can't get out of it.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at those things, then even if he hit a fly ball really hard,
yeah, you're giving
he
your
still
team
put
an opportunity.
It was an opportunity.
Zatton's head. I believe Zatton's going to make it out of play. Zatton lands in the tennis court. Looks like we have a couple of football coaches in the house today. It's ball number 2. Two count with 2 outs. It was low, but
yeah,
some of the Kingston crowd didn't like it.
Yeah, I think that may have been low as far as the umpire's outside corner. Anyway.
They must have been watching their feed to know where the strike zone has been.
Yeah. Well, if it's almost hit the first baseman, it's been a strike in some of these games.
That's a no man's land right there. Oh, he kind of.
Yeah, it kind of looked from our angle that it was, and then I guess it just didn't go as far.
Yeah. Wind didn't help that, but Gov strike first.
Yeah, we'll be back for the top of the second.
we're back as we start the second inning. Govs take a early 1-0 lead. See here, let me get names out here. I got them on my phone. It looks like Heidel, number 9 Heidel, steps in, and I think he's either the DH for the pitcher or the pitcher. The way they kind of got their lineup, I have to check his number when he gets back out to pitch. But it quickly gets to a 2-0 count. That wind's going to play a little bit today, I believe. It'll start blowing and it'll just stop completely. As Jacob issues a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting for Kingston, number 1, Baker.
Baker now standing in the bat for Kingston. Looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner, so I don't know. Maybe Mabin. Maybe a courtesy runner for Kingston. Swing for strike 1.
One and one from Patterson. You'd really like to bear down in this inning after scoring 1 and get back out there and
have a good
hit
inning.
again. 'Cause it's one of those things you want it to go quick if you're getting threatened with rain. So you don't want to be spending time with people on base. You want to get in and get out. I mean, that's with any game, but especially in a rain game. You know, you want to, if you're up, get in and get out.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
3-1 count now. Let's see who walks the next batter. You know,
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets.
I've noticed, you know, in
Woodley.
some pitchers, you know, when you have to go from the stretch or from a windup to the stretch, it usually takes a bat or two to get adjusted because you've been used to one thing, and hopefully that's what we got going on here now.
That's why some relievers, that's just what they do. They're relievers because they just work. They work from one spot. They're working from the stretch, so they don't have it doesn't change them.
Yeah. Jacob goes ahead on this batter with a 0-1 count. Bunts, and that was going to row foul.
That's good that it did because nobody was getting to it.
Yeah. Quickly 0-2 count, though. If it was wet like it had been in the past, that one would have stopped right there. And it's
Yeah, absolutely.
the 0-2 count. Jacob can kind of open up his arsenal and throw a bunch of stuff, you know, typically that you don't throw, just to try to see if you can get batter to react to it. Like that.
That was, yeah, it actually had a little, looked like
a tail out.
Yeah, cut out on it a little bit. Good time to throw that pitch.
Now batting for Kingston, number 11, Drummond.
I think with the right-handed pitcher and it tailing out, that's kind of like a slider, isn't it? It'll be a cut because cut would cut inside.
I'm just going to call it a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a very good pitch.
Good time to throw it, though. Good selection. I don't know who chose it, but kudos to them.
Number 11, Dryman, standing in the bat now for Kingston. Kingston threatening in this inning.
Now, you would know, I feel like, for the most part, Young gives the catcher the ability to make the calls, doesn't he?
I think it's Tracy. Tracy usually was a lot of the pitchers. I mean, I've not been paying attention. I know some are different than others.
I'm just trying to watch them now, and I'm not seeing them giving signs. But
yeah, I know some are different than others on the way they call it.
Yeah.
You usually tell on some of the teams we play when the coach gives the pitcher and catcher full control. So if we got a run down, let's get the out. And we got the out. As Kingston didn't like that, but quickly, yeah, they did.
That wasn't out. It was kind of the good job on Yates getting it to him, but it was almost a little bit too late getting to him.
Yeah. Yeah, they might have had an argument there, but it worked in the Gov's favor. They did get a runner at third.
Yeah, I think he was out. And I'm trying not to be a homer, but I think he was out. You know, Colby held on to the ball. He
slid into Kobe with the ball, so I mean, it's,
yeah. I mean, the ball was in the glove as he was getting hit. I mean, as the
Kingston fans, if you'd like to review it, you can go to Gov Nation Network.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not going to be a very clear shot with it being a widescreen shot, but you can try.
Every time there's a player I should say, fans, you can watch the replay.
It's called strike two. Jacob looking to settle in here and get this third out, and no harm. Another wild pitch. Looks like it's going to plate that run, which benefits Kingston with that out because you did move the runner to third, which put him in that position.
Ended up working out.
Why did they?
Now batting for Kingston,
The ball,
number
that was
27,
ball
Nick
3,
Booth.
wasn't it?
I thought he was still batting.
Did they intentionally walk him? 'Cause that was ball 3, wasn't it? Was it 4?
Okay, well, I guess it was.
I missed the ball pitch there. Play right here at the plate, and he's got him.
Actually doing pretty well.
Yep. Well, Kingston strikes back. We nodded back up at 1. So let's go to the bottom of the second and see if we can get that run back.
Yep.
For the Govs, number 12, Avery Crabtree.
All righty, so here we are in the bottom of the second. Crabtree's up to bat as a leadoff.
See if Govs continue to take the aggressive approach at the plate. As Crabtree fouls off the bunt. One count now. Ball inside for a quick 3-1 count. Good hit, but it's going to rough out.
Yeah, he got around on it pretty good.
Yeah. He's not turning his back like the other one did. The ball high for ball 4, which puts the lead off on, which is what you always want to see. So Brandon Coggins coming up to the plate now for the Govs.
Now batting for William Watt, number 35, Brandon Coggins.
Looks like our friendly Borbee has made his way back.
Yeah, the bees definitely like it up here.
There's a good bunt laid down by Coggins, which will advance the runner.
He did his
Close
job.
play, yeah. But
once again, a sack bunt.
Now
Doing what we talked about,
Carson
helping your
Yates.
team.
one out with a hitter that is very capable of putting one out in the parking lot up to bat. Swings it, struck one. Quickly gets to an 0-2 count.
Stare down contest.
Jax fouls one off, and Richard about hits the deck.
Yeah, that one always gets me. It always happens to me.
Gotta have
It is
faith in our neck.
It's like 20 feet away from us. I'm still.
That's a good hit, and that's
That's
gonna
bobbled.
be still got him at first spot, advance the runner to third, which is what we want, I guess.
Crabtree moved over on the throw.
Josh Moore stands up to bat now.
Now batting for the Govs, number 1, Josh Moore.
Govs would like to get this run back from the last inning. As Josh Moore digs in. Takes ball 1 high. You know, we've been to some of them fields that net really can give you the iffy of should you trust
Yeah.
the net.
Well,
But our net looks pretty good.
It probably had to do that I was laid back here in my chair, all comfortable,
It's a ball, too.
and then I see a ball heading at my face. You just, for a second, you blink. It's embarrassing that we're so far back, though, and I still did it.
Yeah, it'd be a good 20 foot from the net. A good 40 foot from the actual home
Hey, that's
plate,
a good God-given reaction, though. I mean, your eyes see something, your brain tells you to move.
Josh fouls off strike, 2-2 count.
I've been hit a few times.
Oh yeah.
in my coaching life and my own play. I know that I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Those days are past.
We're retired.
Yeah. At this point, I'm retired from even coaching. Luckily, I did get. I'm sure you've coached too, where you get hit by the stray ball every now and then.
Yeah. It's usually a grounder that's like you
As
don't
a
know where to
play-
go.
plate coming.
So it's going to get him.
Yeah. Yeah. His slide, it would have been late anyway, but when he did slide, he didn't go anywhere. It's like it just completely stopped him. That was kind of not Avery, but I'm saying that just the way that
where
the dirt was. So that's the end of the second inning. We'll be back for the top of the third in just a moment.
Yeah.
Here we are back in the top of the third inning. Tie ball game, 1-1.
With number 27 McNew batting. McNew lays a bunt right to Jacob. Easy play. That's when the button doesn't work out for you.
Right. One pitch, one
Now
out.
batting for Kingston, number 16, McNeely.
I've always taken an approach, even when I coached back in the day, of letting the weather play with you on the way you approach, like if a bunt or something like that. Because if it's like it's dry, you know, that bunt's going, unless you got somebody who can lay a good bunt down, a soft bunt,
Yeah.
that ball's going to move. You know, it's going to go get some speed on it. And sometimes you can, if it's a little wet, you can lay that bunt down and it'll just stay right there, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we call no man's land.
Quickly 0-2 on the batter here.
It's starting to get a little darker here, so I believe that rain's not far off.
Yeah, what we don't want is a delay.
No.
I don't want it a delay. I'll
No.
be honest. I love baseball. I like being out here, but I don't want it to be a delay today. I'd like to get this one in.
The one good thing is we will be dry.
Well, more than anything, I need it to, if it is going to rain, to get in and get out, because I got mowing to do. Let's just be honest. That's what I'm.
It's that time of year.
Yeah. If I don't do it today, I might not get it done for another week. Mr. Kirkland waking up the neighbors mowing at 7:30 this morning.
He's the neighbor you don't like on a Saturday morning.
Did you cut some trees down too?
He's the one you wake up and you're like, what in the world is that? Still dark outside.
1-2 count.
He swings at strike 3.
Now batting
2
for
quick
Kingston,
outs.
number 7, Puckett.
Mr. Kirk said his lawnmower is good and quiet.
I've never heard a quiet lawnmower in my life, but we'll go with that. Yeah. As we get a slight drizzle started here, you see the umbrellas come out.
I think it's supposed to stay pretty light, though. I don't think there's.
As long as we don't get a complete washout, that we should, game will continue as could be. Is that had a good little
Yeah, no. Real light stuff.
the base hit the right field.
Now batting for Kingston, number 6, Collins.
As Collins steps in to bat, he grounded out to Josh Moore in the last inning.
Throws it back. Almost a little wide.
Yeah, a little pulled him off a little bit. Jacob's not scared to fire that ball as he hits the batter.
He held on to it a little bit longer than he wanted to. He even kind of motioned that in his.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets,
After he
number
threw
3, Webb.
Just missed his release point on that one. So what
Still no
was 2 on? I mean 2 outs, nobody on. Is within a couple pitches has gotten. They have 2 runners now, winning with 2 outs. And that's
Ball's
going to
gonna
be
be
a
trouble.
hit.
That's gonna-
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna
going to be
score
at least a
run.
double.
Possibly 2 runs are going to score on that. And yeah, 2
Yeah.
runs will score.
They're still holding him
Well,
up.
they held him up at third. As Kingston takes a 2-1 lead, fans don't seem to be happy. He stopped at third.
Yeah, well, the base coach is practically standing in the baseline trying to stop him. Like, you got to run through me to get home. That's what I mean. He's basically in the way.
I think because the ball was coming to second base, he would have scored on that play. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have too. The relay wouldn't have been there in time. That could be a run that hurts them later, especially with 2 outs.
We're talking, 2 outs, nobody on now. There's 2 on. They've scored a run. Still have 2 outs. About momentum. The Jacob working a 2-0 count.
I think I misjudged this team as far as this pregame looked like they were much younger, but the people that are actually playing, maybe we're just looking. Maybe what I saw was just some of the younger guys out on the field, because these guys are looking older than what I thought I saw in the first.
At least
game.
your top 5 batters.
Yeah,
That's
going to be another run. Yep. Carousel keeps turning on this one.
So we got a 3-0 count with a runner on third with 2 outs.
Yeah, the damage was not just the run plated, but the runner back at third, and it's Patterson's just kind of lost his release point here in the last few pitches.
It could have, if that ball has a little bit of moisture on it, it could be affecting him. I don't think there's that enough yet.
I don't think there is either.
But as he walks,
he was cruising along and he just kind of lost his
now batting for Kingston, number 1, Baker.
Form. So That can happen. Shot to short, plays at second. They give up 2 runs to make it 3-1 with 2 outs. All that happened with 2 outs.
That tends to happen with 2 outs. I mean, that's.
Yeah, you've got to. We got to bear down on this next inning. See if we can, next half inning. See if we can get those back. We'll see you in a couple.
We're back is hoping to capitalize and get a couple runs here to, compensate the 2 runs from the last inning as Josh Moore's back up to bat again.
Yeah, he just starts over. Some people don't understand that, so just a quick explanation. Yeah. If you're at the plate and the 3rd out's called in the field, and
you
it wasn't,
reset.
Yeah, you just reset in the next inning. Some people get confused on that. You don't start off with 2 strikes if you had 2 strikes.
Josh swings at strike 2. The out number 1 as Josh strikes out.
Now batting for William Blount, number 27, Job Matosian.
Job Matosian stays up the bat now. Let's see if he can get us going. He flew out to the second baseman on a mile-high fly balls at at bat. I tell you what, out of all the umpires we've had, this umpire is probably the most consistent at being consistent.
Yeah, and what's funny is the pitcher on the mound really wanted that pitch, and he's kind of jumping around like, I can't believe he didn't call it, but I thought it was a ball.
Yeah, it was inside. I mean, it was right there at the batter's box.
They may have had the same other umpires that we've had.
Yeah, it's starting to get the good wind gust in now.
Yeah, that was a big gust.
As quickly, Joe, quickly wants the 3-0 count. That net's blowing in a good 4 foot.
Yeah, you can see it on the camera. You can see that wind blowing
There's a quick 4-pitch
the first base fence. So it's been another good test to see if our wind is affecting our stream. That's what was happening. We thought we could figure it out. We were guessing that's what it was the other night.
Still don't know what it was because, I mean, this wind's blowing harder today than it was, and it's still working.
Right now, yeah.
I think it's the sun, the wind, and just the natural
Earth, wind, and fire.
Earth's gravitational pull or something.
Yeah.
Job. It looks like they're going to try to keep Job tied up on first base. Job is known to run, and I can see if he gets a good jump, him going. As Kobe takes the ball one. Yeah, that was a little quick. Let's see if he's coming set. You know, usually it takes a couple of pitches for an umpire catches that that he's not setting himself before he's throwing. Looks like we're going to have a little powwow on the mound.
Yeah. This would be a good time to show you this other screen real quick. We were talking earlier. So if you go to the student pages here and you click on Tyler Graves, no, that's Carter. I couldn't see it. You get a little bio of the players here. So, I mean, of the student athletic directors. So, anyway, make sure you check out the student pages on wbathletics.com.
As Kobe fouls off strike one. As pitcher looks back, Job. Three 3-1 count now here. That ball's hit to center field. Looks to be playable for out number 2.
And if you click on the Tyler Graves one, you get a nice little profile picture of Tyler Graves.
Now batting for William Watt, number 6, Rody Kirkland.
Looks to be at Bristol Motor Speedway, actually.
Yeah, and all the things that he likes to do are on that page. So, anyway, make sure to check it out. wbathletics.com. They know we're having fun with them, but I've been around both those guys for the last couple of years, and they've helped a lot with the GovNation Network and have really been involved quite a bit with the just athletics in general. So it makes sense that they're out there. I think they both would. Yeah. I actually think they actually would like to have some sort of work in the future in athletics.
I know that's what one of them is wanting to go to college. I know of wanting to go to college for, and I think both of them actually are looking at going to college for.
Yeah, we're kind of joshing with them or whatever the word is, but it's I'm excited for them. I think they got big futures ahead of them because just these little things they're doing now.
As that looks to be playable for third baseman, and it is, which gets Kingston out of the inning. Kingston still holds a 3-1 lead as we go into the top of the 4th. We'll be back with you shortly.
Yep, that's going on there.
We're back as is that Whitley? Whitley stands in the bat for Kingston now. There's 1 pitch, 1 strike. Looks like to be a base hit to right field.
Now batting for Kingston, number 11, Drummond.
Drummond standing in the bat now. Drummond walked last at bat. You'd like to get 3 easy outs here, being the bottom of the lineup, but last inning, bottom of the lineup seemed to be. We got you started.
So just so you know, we are at the Gov Nation Network. We are equal opportunity jokesters. So we thought it would be fair to give you a little headshot of the Athletic Director Cups page there. Make sure to check it out too. Kind of going back to that though, real quick though, they've done a really good job of updating the website for WB Athletics. That's part of what they got. I think they even have a class or like a period that they're helping out. And
Next year.
oh, it'll be next year that they're doing that. They're doing this other one just kind of when they have time.
Gonna catch it. There we go.
Oh, what a catch! Double
play.
play.
Good job
Yes.
by the William Blood Governors. That was a hard play. I don't know if y'all can see
How hard it was.
The
Wind,
from the view
wind's
y'all
blowing.
got, but Carson Yates did not see that ball at all until right there at the end and got it and turned back. And kudos to Josh Moore for making his way to first to get the double play.
Yeah.
Which really helps the Govs' momentum.
Actually, the runner at first shouldn't have gone.
No, he was standing on second base, and they were yelling back.
But that should have been I'm sure it was an infield fly, was it not? They call infield fly?
No, they never called infield fly.
Should have been.
Should have been.
But he should have just been on first the whole time.
Yeah.
Because the batter would have been out. Well, I take that back. I think they have to. I think the technical rules I think you have to establish that you're under it. Because that's what happened in the St. Louis game in Atlanta
you can't
a
just
couple
let
years
it
ago.
drop. You have
even though it was in the outfield, which was a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But you have to establish that you could have caught it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, because when it first hit it, Carson was looking back there and had to take off and running forward.
Now, I don't know if that's an official rule, but that's the way I have always understood it.
I'm still iffy on the rules for.
Well, just in general, I think you like it has to be deemed catchable. Is the way my understanding is. And if that thing's blowing all over the place, I don't know if they. I don't know. Somebody knows the real answer. Let me know. I don't have time to look it up. To be honest with you, I gotta mow my yard this afternoon as opposed to read the book.
There we go. As
got out of the inning though.
Called strike 3.
Good work getting out of that one after getting the guy on base. They had a nice play by Yates to get him out of it. So we'll see you in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hopefully we'll get 3 runs in this one at least.
Now batting for William Blount, number 21, Will Vance.
We're back with Will Vance leading off the bottom of the fourth. See if we can get the aggressive approach going again and get some base runners.
So I did a quick little study real quick because I thought that was the case, but I double checked, and the infield fly rule says can be caught with ordinary effort. So as
Will
that
Vance
may
hits
not
that
be,
and
that ain't gonna be caught with any effort
deep as
because
that goes
it's
to the
over the
parking lot.
fence. Nobody's catching that one. That's a line drive too. Nice shot by Mr. Vance.
Solo home run for Will Vance.
I think that ball's still carrying. That wind is going to start really helping, which I don't think that wind
That didn't
had
help
much
us.
to do with that.
Yeah, it didn't have any effect on that one.
That made it a little bit easier.
Trevor
Yeah.
Euland.
As Trevor
That's-
hits a base shot to left field, it's always good to lead off with back-to-back hits. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes home run doesn't bother you as much as the single. And what I mean by that sounds crazy to think that way. But what I mean, you hit a home run, well, that's over.
Yeah.
But then you give up a single right back
And
at
then
it, and
now
then the pressure's right back on you again. So
Because now you've got the go-ahead run at the plate compared to
yeah. So anyway, 3-2 game here. 1 on, no outs. And is that Reardon as a courtesy runner? Can't
Yeah.
tell. Yeah,
Yes.
so Reardon is in for Euland as a courtesy runner. So we have decent speed there. We could possibly get the second
Which
on the
is going.
stealing, and he is, and he's going to be
gonna
there all day
just
long.
fine. Yeah. I'll go down as a stolen base for Trent Reardon.
Helping the team. You know, Reardon's not starting today, but he gets on first base as a courtesy runner, and now he represents the tying run.
With no outs.
Right.
In running position. Or scoring position.
Avery
Avery
takes a
takes
big
it,
cut.
yeah.
Yeah. Now this is one where they like to throw it on the outside corner. This is the perfect time to hit it right at second.
Field.
Second's covering short. I mean, second is covered in second base right now.
Get enough
Big
of a
hole.
hit. But Avery's going to hit a hard one, which I don't know if that's going to not enough. Wasn't deep enough, but he hit it hard.
Yeah, it wasn't quite deep enough to give him a shot.
Yeah. That wind just carried it left. You see, it went a good 20 foot.
But then again, I go back to my thing. He put the ball in play,
Brandon Coggin.
which is what you want. I mean, that seems really simplistic to say that, but with this kind of wind, it could have easily dropped.
Yeah. And you could physically see. You can physically, as Brandon gets hit by a pitch, you can physically see the fielders having to work to find that ball, as you saw
Right.
with
Yates earlier. We're talking about Yates.
Yeah,
when he was under the.
with Yates, and then this third baseman on that last fly that he caught.
Yeah.
You know, having to move back and forth, and
Looks like the coach is out to check on the pitcher here.
batting for the guys, number 28, Carson Yates.
Carson Yates now standing up to bat with 1 out with 2 on. Perfect opportunity for William Blount to possibly go ahead. Carson Yates he's got a lot of power. I've seen him put 1 out in the parking lot, so we can see. But hitting after that, it's possibly going to be 2 actually.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be 2. Hit it just about where
you don't want to hit it, but
yeah, I mean that's what happens in baseball. Sometimes it goes right to people.
Yeah.
All right,
Govs get a little bit closer.
Yeah, we edge closer. Govs down by 1 going into the top of the 5th inning. But it does look like they're actually starting to put the ball in play a little bit more, so we'll see what happens. All right, here we are in the top of the 5th inning. Patterson still on the mound. Popped up bunt.
For out
pitch,
number 1.
1 out. Patterson just decided I'm going to do it all.
1 out.
Do this guy, get this guy.
Now batting for Kingston, number 7, Puckett.
Puckett now standing in the bat for Kingston.
So far, the weather has stayed away for the most part. Hopefully it continues that.
It was a good play off.
Couldn't quite dig it out. A short throw, and the
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets,
Gates
number
had
6,
trouble getting it
Collins.
on the bounce. That's a tough one. It actually bounced up a little higher than he probably thought it would.
Yeah, it looks like it just tipped the top of his glove. Not enough to go by him, but just
Right. I think most of those guys would prefer it bounce a little bit more, like closer to them,
Yeah.
so they can scoop it, as opposed to trying to get it on the
could
on
be
a
a
hop.
double play. Got 1. At least got the lead runner. That's the main thing.
2 down.
Now, if you're on
Now
a
batting
turf
for Kingston,
field, it's a
number
little bit
3,
easier to get
Webb.
that hop because you kind of can judge it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But on the dirt field,
Just
at this
depending-
level, even as good as this field is, it's not still
it just
professional
still
level.
changes, yeah.
It's still going to change. And this is a good, well-kept field. 2 outs, though. Seems like Patterson is settled down a little bit. He had that little bump in the road in the 3rd inning where he was around the plate a little bit. Not around the plate, but it looks like he's kind of settled back in. He couldn't get that. He couldn't find his release point, it looked like.
Yeah.
Since then, he's been looking pretty good. As opposed to that pitch right there. I mean, not opposed, but just like that pitch right there.
I think he was there. I think that throw was where it was a little high. I think
that was a strike, wasn't it? It should have been.
Yeah, that was a strike.
Okay. Same thing we did last night. I started watching the runners. I saw the pitch curving, but I wasn't paying attention to what the ump called.
Quick
Strike
0-2
two.
count. Pitch, a little outside. It wasn't a bad pitch for an 0-2 count.
Yeah, it had a lot of movement, but the hitter was patient. And
one thing you don't do as a pitcher is if you get an 0-2 count, you don't throw it right down the middle. You've got to work it around. Try to get him to swing at some of the pitches, and it worked in that last inning.
You want to make it enticing. But if they do hit it, you want it to be, if it is, I mean, you want it to be outside on the corners or something.
Yeah. You don't want them to get a solid hit on it.
Yeah. Honestly, that's where I like to, I'm probably different than a lot of people with this. Avery's got a chance to throw it in. Just a little bit short.
That one got his britches.
Yeah, it ripped his britches.
Well, you know, Job's britches are ripped in the same spot. It must be a rough spot right there in that area.
Yeah. He was trying to celebrate, but he was getting up kind of going, that hurt. So that's a little bit frustrating on.
Especially, you know.
Yeah, he had him down 0-2, and then that was good hitting. I mean, I don't mean that could be major trouble because that one's out. So that's going to plate two more. It's going to make it 6-2.
That's where, you know, errors come back to bite you. You know, and we had the one missed ball on the throw to first.
Yeah.
That would have been out number 3.
Yeah. As the Kingston guy steps on the plate hard.
Looking at
the
green or the William Blount dugout.
No problem. That's
game. Yeah,
that's you're out here having fun. You know, we did our thing to have fun. They did their thing to have fun. A lot of people look down on it. I understand that point of view too, but to me, it's just high school kids.
It's a game.
It's high school kids having fun.
It's a little bit of celebration.
And I'll give this to Coach Young's team. They're probably one of the more respectful teams we usually see out here. I don't think I'm being a homer with that. I think and we've seen definitely some disrespectful teams come out here.
For the Yellow Jackets, number 1, Baker.
A little fun between each other is no big deal. Now, I'm not having fun with 6-2 lead. Was that the pitcher that hit that homer?
Yeah, it was.
So that was probably even more so.
That's
more a reason for him to want to do that.
Yeah, because number 1 Baker's now batting. So yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jacob hits. That sounded like it thumped a little bit.
Yeah. He may see that tomorrow, maybe later tonight. I can't tell
I
who's
believe
down
that's
there
Kendall
warming
Brewer.
up. Okay. So Brewer's up for today then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pop up. It's going to be out of
That's
play.
out of play.
Oh, 1 count. Pitch is on its way. Another foul ball out of play. So this game has been a lot of 2-out scoring. Yeah.
That tends to happen. You see, even in the major league levels, when they get 2 outs, I don't know if it's just the way stuff tightens up, but a lot of runs are scored with 2 outs.
Right.
As Woodley swings to stay alive. It's like Kingston's got somebody warming up in their bullpen too as he's hit by a pitch.
Runner was off on the pitch as well.
Now batting for Kingston, number 11, Dryman.
Dryman now standing in for Kingston.
No secret here, and not trying to be mean, but this, Patterson's kind of had a back and forth day.
Not as typical pitching outage, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's throwing strikes. I mean,
like I said, we should have been out of this inning earlier. But it's causing more labor on his side.
Let's see, he works it to a 1-2 count. Most of the damage has actually happened with 2 strikes. And that's
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's a few more walks than he would like to have, but
Yeah.
as it fouls, tips into the mitt for strike 3.
So they give up 3 runs, and the Yellow Jackets, wearing orange, are now up 6-2. We'll see it in the bottom of the
out number 1, Josh Moore.
So we're back, bottom of the 5th inning. Josh Moore's up to the plate. Kingston's pitcher's still on the mound on this one. See, he throws the first pitch, strike 1. The pitcher's actually done a pretty good job.
Yeah, he has. He's
gave up a
he's
1-run.
kept us to a minimum of hits. I mean, we did have the home run, but there's been really not many hits on William
Right.
Blount's side. I mean, we've hit the ball. Just saying, not been many base hits or
Right.
that. Looks to be playable. 'Cause it's going to be playable for out number 1. Hits like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's killed us this ball game.
Right.
Is you're hitting it straight up and it ain't going 20 foot from the from the 30 foot from home plate.
I still am kicking myself from the beginning of this game because I'm sitting there again. We were joking. We were wondering if they had their JV team out here warming up because I'm telling you, it's not what I thought.
Yeah,
I saw.
that's
They got a bearded catcher or bearded third baseman. I didn't see that in warm
no, not one bit.
So anyway, if Kingston fans are.
So I guess that's what happens when we show up a little later than we normally get here.
Yeah. So one thing I've noticed is if you're listening out there, we're just two parents. I was just thinking that this just sounds like our conversations that we would have when we weren't on air.
Yeah.
Like we'd be talking to each other half the time, don't know what we're talking about. We're guessing. Just calling what we see.
We're just being the parents that's not yelling outside.
Yeah. I don't have a kid this year, so it's a little bit easier on my part to not be too concerned. But it really is. It's just kind of us having the same conversations you'd have. Everybody else is having in the stands, or they're going, I don't know what happened on that play. I think the rule is this. Anyway. They're not paying me enough. They're not paying me enough to wait. They're not getting hot dogs. They're getting hot dogs. Getting the hot dog special. But other than that, that's about the only payment we're getting.
Scott Cup special.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to officially call it.
Job takes another strike for 3-2. But we just love the game.
Yeah.
Love watching it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
sometimes we say stupid stuff up here. That's right at him. Oh, he got past him, though. Not right at him, just
that's gonna be
outside.
a double. Possibly, yeah, they'll hold him up at 2. So I'm going to classify it as a double because
That's a double.
Because that was a hard hit and that was a bit hard play. And that wind, that will.
Oh, he never got a glove on it, so that
No.
definitely wasn't there. I thought it was first view. I thought it was kind of right at him, but then it wasn't. Like just
Yeah.
the view kind of threw me off. Again, we're just out here fans watching it. That's what we thought. We both thought the same thing. Yeah, I for the last couple of years, I've been told Coach Young, hey, if I'm on air and I say something stupid, I'm just stupid.
Yeah.
It's nothing meant to be bad.
Looks like he clips Kobe.
Yeah. But, we're just here just trying to provide some commentary.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be better if we didn't say anything. Anyway. But I was telling Coach, by telling Coach Young, I said there may be times that I'm going, I don't know what he's thinking there.
Yeah.
And it's probably because I don't know what he's thinking.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking something else, and he may be completely on a different page because he's done it a lot more than I have. But anyway, looks like we have a pitcher change.
Looks like we're going to go with the lefty now, doesn't it? Yeah.
And they would do that against Rhodey, right?
Yeah.
Probably a smart move. If they're going to change it,
Yeah.
start off with your lefty.
It's a major league change there.
No.
I think they changed. That may be the only change they done.
Down for Kingston now, Collins.
Kudos to that pitcher, for Kingston, I mean, he threw real good.
He did good, yeah.
We'll take a short break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back here.
So we were just having a conversation. So pitching change. We're just trying to figure out why they would have pulled the pitcher. Could be a number of reasons, but my guess is pitch count and going into next week. But other than that, if pitch counts were an issue, I'm trying to struggle with why you would pull him. 6-2 lead.
Yeah, Rody Kirkland stands in, but the Govs are threatening. We got 2 on with 1 out, and you've got a guy that's perfectly capable of putting it in the trees up the bat right now. Unfortunately, he's pretty much flew out to third baseman, shortstop on high fly balls this game, but
right.
A pitching change might, change the conflict. It might change his at bat, So quickly gets to a 2-0 count.
Well, again, this is high school baseball. If you were here last night, the velocities are way different.
Yeah.
As well tonight compared to last night too. And
that's gonna stay in.
Stay in, yeah. He got under it, but it's he's struggling. He drops it.
And all runners are going to be.
Yeah, it held the runners captive on the base because it looked like he might catch it. Luckily, it didn't drop right in. Luckily, he wasn't able to recover fast enough because they would have been dead in the water at second because they couldn't run.
Right. Now, William Blount's in a situation they want to be in. They've got the home run king of the day, Will Vance.
Yeah, and we're talking about I would love it for it to be bases loaded for hit another one and have another stomp on the base just for the fun of it.
Let's not take that approach. He just needs to put the ball in play, and that's what he needs to do.
I agree, but
But we're parents too.
I'm a fan.
We're parents. Yeah, we want to see that home run right now.
Yeah, go ahead and hit the governor sign out there. Don't hit a light because those are expensive.
No, if you hit a light, just hit past the 7th inning.
Yeah.
He takes strike 1.
We need a big Macland area like they have at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
I know you're tired of me talking Cardinals baseball. That was one of my favorite things when you had Big Mac play and he had Big Macland. And occasionally he would hit it up there. And everybody get Big Macs.
Are they going to try to do the fence next year? Is that what they're...
I don't know. They cut all the trees down to...
They're in talks of replacing the fence. So
I think they had everything ready, and then COVID kind of got in the way.
Yeah, it's...
And I'm not sure what my assumption is the plans are still there, and the money is still available. It's just that they haven't been able to actually get the contracting done. Because the
Oh,
football
that's
team's
what
going through
happened.
something similar with a field house that they're supposed to be building. They've got money set aside for it, and yet they've yet to begin on the actual work on it.
And that's supposed to go up there in that corner, isn't it?
That's in the right corner of the football stadium, right end zone of the
Yeah.
stadium, in the grassy area there.
As Will Vance takes that inside for ball number 3. As you love the visiting parents, you know, that are sitting on the side that can see better than the umpire.
Yeah. And the umpire, I'm not even sure what he did, but it looked like he was about to clean the plate off, but then he didn't. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was clearing his mind. I don't know.
As Will Vance brings it up to a full count. You'd like to put the ball in play here, you know. Choke up on your bat a little bit and just put the bat on the ball right here. You've got to, you're in a spot here where you need to. And he gets that call this time for strike 3. And maybe what he was going to do is he was going to clean the plate off to see where the plate was. And
Now batting
Yeah,
for William
so-
Blount, number 38.
So,
Trevor
Euland's up to bat. He hit it hard last time, did he not? I think he did.
yes, he hit that. Well, he hit that grounder at hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, that ball was a little. Now the parents for William Blount are making some noise.
Yeah, that was a little
The
bit.
umpire get dirt in his eye. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say that. That's not a strike. That's Trevor Euland's hit on the, look like the knee.
Yeah. And Reardon comes in as courtesy runner for him.
Now batting for William Blount, number 12, Avery Crabtree.
Crabtree's got a chance to get us closer, definitely.
He's had a walk today, and he flew out to center field his last at bat.
And he has the ability to hit it in the deep parts of the field. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That's what
a
we
base
needed.
hit. That'll play 2 runs.
Yep. Yep.
That
There we
wind
go.
had something. The ball just kept going left.
Yeah, I think he had a little English on it, and the wind threw it over to the left. But the wind's blowing pretty hard that direction. So good hit by Crabtree. Makes it 6-5.
Now batting for William Blount, number 35,
6-2
Brandon
is not
Coggin.
looking so daunting right now. Got 2 on, 2 outs. A single could tie this thing up.
Yeah.
Properly placed single anyway.
And Brandon Coggin stepping
Anything
up to
in the air should have the runners moving all the way, so should be absolutely running on contact, so you definitely should be able to, Reardon has the speed to get there from second.
That one's going to get out of play,
That's
I
out of play.
believe. There has been a lot of fly balls straight up today.
Yep. Now it looks like the wind it's dying down. As you look at the flagpole there, the flags are just laying for the most part, maybe a little bit of movement.
But so far, really, the rain's held off, which is a good thing.
And when it does move, it's moving out towards left.
As Brandon Coggan goes down swinging.
That'll do it for the end of the fifth inning. Govs get 3 runs to match the Yellow Jackets score in the top of the fifth, but we're still down 1 run going into the top of the sixth. We'll see in a moment.
McNew.
We're back as McNew stands in the bat for Kingston. We got a new pitcher, which looks to be Kendall Brewer. The pitch is high for ball 1. Kendall works a 3-1 count.
What was that? Ball high?
That's a strike. It brought it back to the full count.
Oh, it's okay. My mind said 3-2 before that pitch. Maybe I was just reading ahead. Where was that one though? I mean, compared to some of them we've seen.
No.
Try not to be a
Strike
homer.
changed a little bit.
Try not to be a homer, but I thought that was a
strike
strike.
zone has changed a little bit.
So Brewer walks the first batter he faces. Hopefully he can bear down and get this next one. He looks like he's throwing well though.
Throw a little off.
High and outside of second base, or outside of the right side of second base from Ulan. But Brewer looks to be, like I said, looks to be throwing pretty well, even though he walked the first guy.
That's going to be out of play. Quickly an 0-2 count. just enough of a rain just to wet. It ain't really raining.
Right.
It's enough to just make the ground wet.
So as you look towards the future, the Govs look pretty solid pitching wise. With some of these guys that'll be joining up next year, and that bodes well for them.
He went for strike 3.
Got to get your first one, which you did.
For Kingston, number 7, Puckett.
And a leadoff batter, or number 1 slot, Puckett down up the bat for Kingston.
Good news with Brewer. It looks like he's not phased coming up here playing with the varsity. You know, sometimes they look shell shocked. Just looks like he's been here for years. Confident throw to second base. Not in time, though, but...
well, some of the parents thought it was.
Yeah. But anyway, just, again, the eye test or smell test looks like he's feels right at home here. Nice off speed for a strike.
Fouls off strike 2.
Trevor trying to help him out. The umpire that like we were talking about, but I think everybody's good.
This Kendall's
got their signs a little crossed up a little bit.
I've not been hearing Tracy calling signs today, so they may be just going by.
Yeah. I actually like that with your senior catcher. You know, by this time, underneath the glove.
1 run will score.
Just went underneath his glove. He was right on top of it, and what should have been a routine play ends up being an error, and run scores from second.
Now batting for Kingston, number 6, Collins.
That generally happens when you sometimes it just happens even on the slower ones like that, where you think your glove is down and it's not really.
Yeah.
And if the ball can find a spot to go through, it will. And Moore, from what I've seen, is usually pretty sure-handed at second. So that's a rare one for him. From what I've seen.
Yeah. I think you're saying that the ground's got a little bit of water on it. That might have played a little bit, but I mean, they're not enough to really matter at this point.
It wouldn't have adjusted. It wouldn't have messed the ball up any.
We just didn't get our glove all the way down.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't get it done. He knows that.
But shake your head off, shake it off, and still ball game, still 2-run ball game.
You know, I heard plenty of coaches say the most important play is the one you're in, not the last one, and not the next one. Or if the play's over and you got a next one coming up, it is the next one. Yeah. But it's never the last play. That's probably more important from a pitcher's point of view of the next pitch is the most important one. It's not the one that you just did something bad on or
That
something.
one's going to be hard
That's
to play.
over Job's head all the way to pretty much dead
You're going
center.
to score 1 run.
They're going to
it'll
get
be
this.
a stand-up triple. And he's going
gonna
to try for home. I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah, he made it.
He didn't.
He didn't make it. He made it.
Tag
he didn't tag him.
I don't know if he tagged the base.
He didn't tag
home.
home plate.
I don't think he touched it. Our guys are saying he didn't touch the plate. I don't think he touched the plate.
If he touched the plate, it was at the very corner. But anyway, it happens.
You can slow it down on a replay on Gov Nation to find out. I couldn't see it. I thought he didn't touch it.
Well, that's going to go down as a triple with a.
I guess it was a. I don't know if it was a. It wasn't the throw. We just didn't field it. I don't know if that was Colby that wasn't able to reel in the throw from Job.
Yeah, it just kind of rode out there behind third base, and by the time Brandon got it, it was.
Yeah, Coggin did all he could to get to that one and make it close. So this will test Brewer's patience.
Yeah.
I mean, he did get a big hit off of him, which is, that's normal. It happens. But he also had a little bit of a failure around him.
Yeah.
So, and that's what's been biting us.
Mm-hmm.
The little things like that. I still stand by what I said on the first couple games I saw. This team has the ability to win big ball games.
They do. They just got to hone in on these few little, I call them kinks. As Brewer walks.
I mean, when I look out on the field, I see pretty talented players that can been playing a long time.
Jackets, number 9, Heidel.
The most important thing is that they work it out.
Yeah.
By the time it gets to tournament time.
Yeah. So saying you're playing
they
for
could
a
be
good
dangerous
seeding.
they could be dangerous in the tournament.
You get these bugs worked out right now in this part, especially when it's not a district games.
Yeah. Well, you got the pitching. In my opinion, you have the pitching. You even have people like Brewer coming up from JV. You even have people come up during tournament time for JV and be your extra pitchers.
Yeah, because you kind of get a shorter leash, when it comes to tournament time.
Right.
We're wondering if this is the boy from Kingston that hit the home run last go around. We're wondering if he's looking to try to add to that. Gets by.
Yeah, that got past Hewlin on that one. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it wasn't where Hewlin thought it was going to be, but it was definitely catchable by Hewlin. So I'd call that
was a
pass ball.
Pass ball, yeah. I think when it come in, I think he just.
Yeah.
He calls strike 3.
Maybe Brewer should go stomp on the plate.
Yeah.
For striking him out.
Walk over and
walk up there, stomp on the plate, and look at the dugout. That might cause some trouble.
That would be stepping over the line.
Yeah, that'd be over the. No, that'd be stepping on the plate. But you're right. Yeah. That would have been stepping over the line.
That's taking the game to a whole new level.
Yeah. That was low and outside.
Yeah. there's some of the calls that
Actually, go
it's
ahead.
not been bad. I mean, there's a couple that I bet he would like to take back that he called, but I mean, overall, it's not been too awful bad compared to what we have had in the past.
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to say. I thought the umpires, it actually hasn't been all that bad. We've had plays that we'd like to go our way that didn't. And that's baseball for you. Not every umpire can be bad, right?
No.
So I know we sometimes make them out to be that way, but
That's our job as parents, and no.
yeah, that's
We've had, I mean, we've had some good ones.
we have
had
had some.
bad
We've
ones.
had some bad ones. I'm not saying we've had, but during the game they all seem bad.
Yeah.
When you're losing too. I will say this: I haven't seen any of them that you could accuse of being one-sided.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody do that. So, anyway, that does it for the bottom of the sixth. I mean, the top of the sixth inning. The Yellow Jackets scored 3 more runs, so we got to score 4. See if we can take this lead. Still trying to do it. See you in the bottom of the sixth. Alrighty. We're here, bottom of the sixth. Yates is up to bat.
Now batting for the Governors, number 28, Carson Yates.
Got to somehow make up 4 runs quickly. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Even though we're not being timed, we're running out of time. Takes ball 1 on the outside.
This pitcher's got a unique move I've noticed on his windup. It maybe it's messing with him, and he changes it. Like right now, it's just his normal windup, but when he gets to a certain point, that leg draws.
I've seen him take it down, bring it back up.
Yeah.
I've done it. Do like double clutches almost.
And that throw your timing off as a batter.
Pops up to first base for the first out. Yeah, you see that more often in the last few years.
Honestly, I think, I may be wrong, but you didn't really see that until Clayton Kershaw come around.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, he's big on that, for the Dodgers, big on that double clutching. He'll come up and he'll bring that leg up and then out.
Yeah, I mean, you had the, just over the years, you had the occasional person that would do it, but it seems like it's been more of a new thing that pitchers are trying to do.
You've always had the, changing your height of your knees,
Yeah.
And then, of course, the quick pitch when there's nobody on, you have that.
But this double clutching and kind of pause, and it's all within the rules. And if you got a pitcher that is really good at the process after that, then it ends up being, if he can get to a repetitive situation after he gets past the no stopping point, then more power to him, I guess.
Yeah.
I do want to say that they probably, when a pitcher does that, other than Kershaw, they probably do give up a little bit of speed. Because if you're pitching,
mechanics, yeah.
But if you're pitching, generally if you're coming home, at some point your hip starts leaning towards the plate, and if you're double clutching, you can't do that till later.
There's some people that just have that balance.
Yeah, but like if you look at Mariano Rivera, some old pictures of him, by the time his leg is up, for the most part, he's already in a lean towards the plate.
As Kingston fans didn't like that call, which, I mean, that call's rung up a couple of batters on both sides. Or that pitch has rung up a couple of batters on both sides.
Now, I was
more walks.
perusing Facebook yesterday, actually, and I've seen this video a few times, but it's a picture of it's a video of a picture of a pitcher, can't say the word, putting the ball in his windup in the back of his glove, and then he shows an empty hand, and then he picks it up and throws it for a strike.
Yeah, they tried to say it's illegal, but there's nothing in the rule book against it.
Yeah, I don't know if
they finally figured out something on it. I saw that too, and I saw
ball one to Job.
Coaches questioning it, but like I said, I mean, I don't know if it's illegal or not, because technically he's not pulling the ball out of the net if he's never putting it in there in the first place.
Well, I don't even know. I don't know of any rule that says when the ball's got to be in his hand.
Right.
It may exist, but I haven't seen it. Again, I haven't looked for it either. They've got Josh
almost rung
picked
up.
off. It's almost like he was thinking it was a hit and run or something.
I don't know if Coach Young was too happy about that. Their base running's kind of been up and down to a certain point this season, especially in crucial areas, in crucial times.
Was that outside corner pitch? It was a strike.
It was a strike. It was right there where.
I actually think Job was doing the right thing by not swinging at it with a 2-1 count, because it probably just
that'd have been just
in play or foul, and it would have been a slow roller. Runs count 3-2. You don't have to get them all in this inning, but you'd like to get a couple. Count as Job is staying alive as the
Tyler Graves is having this fun.
Yeah. They didn't go. I don't even think that was that even close to going?
No.
Did the umpire ask for the appeal?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if the catcher may have yelled back. I don't know, but it looked like the umpire appealed that.
It's like the parents asked for the appeal to
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the catcher asked for it and we just
Cubs are in business now. With 2 on, with 1 out.
Top of their lineup up with Joe, who's already batted.
Yeah, he nicked his Yep. I don't think it was this pitcher though. I think it was that other.
Yeah, Rhodey, because Rhodey. This is his last batter through this. Because
Yeah,
he faced Rhodey.
Rhodey as
He
his
faced
first.
Rhodey the first at bat. Coach has come out to check on him.
The Jeopardy thing. That's what.
We're playing the Jeopardy theme as the coaches are talking to the players. Gotta love baseball for that stuff. It's a lot more fun being at a park that does crazy stuff than that's just dead.
Brings enjoyment to it, especially when it's a long, drawn-out game. Or
strike one. That's a nice hit.
Were there not?
And it got past the right fielder. That's going to be extra bases. Colby's going to go to third, and we're going to score 3 runs. I can't count 2 runs.
Puts us back in the ballgame.
Yeah, we got a runner at third. Brings up Rhodey. That was a well-placed hit. Well-placed hit and a timely error.
6, Rhodey Kirkland.
So we got 2 of those runs back that we had an error on earlier. A little bit outside, but called for a strike. As Rhodey showed bunt on that play.
That was a little bit farther outside.
Had a little hook and everything. That's tough on a batter when you have 2 pitches called that are on the outside. And
which
then
intends to lead to that. You have to swing at something you don't want to swing at.
Yeah, because you've already seen 2 pitches that you didn't swing at that were questionable, and they both went against you.
Yep.
If you notice, the pitcher did those little paws on that one as well.
Yeah.
Pitcher's not afraid to throw a little breaking pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat in a tight game.
Foul that enough. Had a lot of movement to it.
Yeah. Vance is down 0-2 with a 2-run game here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Let's we at least got it a little closer. I'd still like to keep moving it that way. 0-2 pitches on the way.
That little bit of pause.
And that's could be trouble. That looks like it is trouble. The run will score as it fell in no man's land, as we call it, in right field, just beyond first base. Second baseman couldn't get to it.
So far, we've done a good job of evenly matching when they scored, just other than that first inning.
Now batting
or third inning when they got 2.
Trevor Euland.
That's another
That's
right
gonna
field
be
shot. It's still wind is
playable.
blowing, but yeah, that's going to be out for the last out of the inning. So that's going to bring us up to the top of the 7th in a 9-8 ball game with the Yellow Jackets currently holding the lead. Got one more inning to pull this thing off. We will see you in the top of the 7th. So here's the money inning.
Kingston,
Top of the
22,
7th.
Woodley.
Is Brewer still on the mound? Looking to clamp this top of the inning down so we can continue our scoring ways if we can just stop theirs. First pitch is foul, out of play. Ball high. Another pitch high.
Another high, but he can win at that one.
Yeah. Helped him out on that one. Counts full. Big pitch coming. And he walks the leadoff batter. Not the result he wanted.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, number 11, Dryman.
Doesn't seem to phase him, though, from what I can tell so far. Yeah, he had just that 3 pitches kind of there in the middle. He just couldn't quite get it down low enough.
He fouls off the first pitch.
Yeah, and that was a good location for strike one as well. Not sure where the pitch was. We did not get a
A little
strikeout.
outside, maybe.
Well, I mean, again, it's the same concept of.
Yeah, I brag about him being consistent, but
Yeah.
as of late, I'm taking that back. I'm eating my own words.
I guess that one was high.
Tracy's calling pitches now. I can hear him calling.
I feel like I'm like right on the outside corner where I'm sitting. I could be off on my
It was high. It looked a little high.
It may have been high. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
The only thing I could think of.
So strike 2 as he fouled it off with the bunt. That was high and outside a little bit. Runs a count, another full count this inning.
He's out regardless.
He's not safe. The fans are calling him safe because he dropped the third, but it doesn't count when there's somebody on first.
Unless there's 2 outs.
Yeah, exactly. Unless there's 2
so
outs.
we're talking about that rule.
Yeah. But that's basically us and the fans. Not on that rule, but sometimes when we're in the stands, we're like, "What's the rule on that?" And you get caught up in the action. But
it's a confusing rule.
Yeah, it is.
It's like it's this until it's this.
I have to think about it every time it happens.
Yeah, it's like it's this rule until this happens. Then it's this rule.
It's not ingrained. I have to go back and go back in the files of my head and go, what is it? So as an umpire, I'd never get it quick. That's another reason I don't want to be an umpire. I feel like I know 95% of the rules. It's those 5%ers that happen every game that, that I don't know. Or I'm complete guessing.
1-1. Yeah. He called that a ball. I thought he said 2.
I'd say baseball is probably the most rule-laden sport there is out there.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah. In football, the main rule, Charlie challenges the pass interference.
In high school, it really throws people off.
I think this guy just wants this game over with now.
Yeah. Strikeout by Brewer. But yeah, like in high school football, the most confusing rule for me is
number 16, McNeely.
There's situations where in college and pros and even below, you get automatic first downs. You don't necessarily get automatic first downs on pass interference plays.
Right. It's spot foul, some of them. And
so if you get if it's 4th and 1 on the goal line, and you can't move the ball full yard, it's 4th and 1 again.
Right.
Or 4th and a half.
Right.
You can't get a first down on pass interference, which throws everybody off in the stands when it happens because they're like, they're giving them extra downs or whatever. I learned that rule a couple of years ago because I was that fan going, what?
Yeah.
That's how you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had to be told that's not how it works.
In baseball, there's so many rules that are implemented. Like I said, you can't do this until you can do this.
Yeah. So 1-1 count from Brewer. He's gotten the first 2 outs. May have him picked off. It was close.
Close.
Colby thought he had him. He was running off the field. I think he probably, if you saw it on replay, he probably got his hand in there before he tagged him on the shoulder. But either way, it was a close play, which will keep him close. I'm sure his heart's racing a little bit. Strike 2 fouled back.
You know, in baseball, you can quick pitch until there's a runner on, then you can't quick pitch. You know,
right.
You can run on drop 3 as long as the base is open. Unless there's 2 outs, then you can do it anyway.
Yeah. Nice pitch there.
There's another one. The infield fly. It's an infield fly if there's a runner on base and no outs. But if there's 2 outs,
if it's catchable, or if it's a normal,
normal routine play.
Yeah, and it's completely under the discretion of the umpire at that point. And that all has to happen inside of like 2 seconds.
Yeah. He's got 2 seconds to make that decision. And I've seen some bad ones on that. I've seen some that there's no way that ball was playable.
Yeah.
That if a kid was running and diving for it, still wouldn't catch it. But
Right.
then I've seen it the other way. Okay, umpire saying the ball was about a foot outside, and it was outside, but it wasn't a foot outside.
And it's not much different from what we've seen
Right.
called for strike. So
I understand it is a foot outside, but it's a foot outside when you called it a minute ago.
So little bobble at second cause a
Bad throw to first.
pulls Yates off the bag. So 1 run to score, make it a 2-run game.
But now you're back to the top of the lineup.
Govs have thought they're out of this inning twice already.
As it continues on.
This is where, again, as a pitcher, you've got to file that somewhere else and just continue to throw strikes. And that's the first thing Brewer did, was throw a first pitch strike. Doesn't seem to be too phased with it. Quickly got the next batter, 0-2. To me, this is the as I'm thinking about pitching and watching a younger one, I want to see how does he react when things go south.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't look any different to me than he did when he started, so that's usually a good sign.
That's a very good sign.
He's not hanging his shoulders and head.
A little delayed on that one, but we'll take it.
That was definitely a strike, but all righty. Got some work to do here in the bottom of the 7th. We see you on the flip side of this little mini break. And we'll be back to win this thing. Calling it now.
And we've manufactured 3 in one.
All righty, we're back. I made the, if I do say so, the bold prediction that we're going to win this thing 10-8. I mean, it's 10-8 now. We're going to win it 11. 11-10, walk-off fashion. I need to see a walk-off win.
We need to see a walk-off win as a team.
Yeah. And if I'm wrong, well, I'm not going to do anything.
Hey, we've known to be wrong.
Won't be the first time. Good start, though. 2-0 count to Crabtree. Got to have runners to make that happen.
We need 2 runs. To keep going, we need 2. Need 3 to finish it. Need 2 to keep going.
We're about 2.5 hours into this game. It started a little bit after 11. I'd say probably 3 or 4 minutes after 11. And it's 1:30 now.
It actually worked pretty quick, even with the runs being hit up until the last few innings. And then it's
and he runs it full. I mean, not full, but 4 balls. I can't even talk.
Tying runs at the plate.
Now batting for William Blount, number 35, Brandon Coggin.
Brandon has sacrificed his first at bat, been hit by a pitch, and then struck out in the last at bat. And it looks like that was a mile high. It's
That's playable. It's coming back in play.
Good play by the pitcher.
Now batting for the Governors, number 28, Carson Yates.
What Yates doing his last at bat?
See, Yates has he's flew out all 3 times.
Okay.
Actually,
I was thinking he probably had, because the way I recall is he's kind of just missed hitting it hard.
he flew. Yeah, he hit it hard once and flew out, and then I think the rest of them have been infields. Excuse me, no, he had that one fielder choice as a grounder that he hit. That little slow grounder that he hit for a fielder's choice. But that last at bat, he flew out to the first baseman.
Okay.
That's going to be playable to right field. Route number 2. It looks like Trent Reardon's going to be standing in the bat now for Josh Moore. Goes around to their last opportunity.
Now batting for William Blount, number 29, Trent Reardon.
If we can get Trent Reardon on base, it brings us to the top of the lineup. Trent's kind of taking an aggressive approach to plate because right now the strike zone's kind of a question mark. And that was a strike, but
I have no words.
there's a question mark.
I mean, honestly, it probably was a strike, but it's kind of hard to tell at this moment. 0-2 pitch.
Double clutch. Trent fouls it off. He's done a little different than that, and he's more not drugged the leg, more double clutched altogether.
Yeah.
At
that point, you just got to kind of pay attention to the shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be looking at the leg. I mean, not that they ever do, but it just.
Trent stays alive, keeps the Govs' hopes alive.
Remember, there's been a lot of 2-out damage in this game. Anyway,
That's where actually most of the damage has come from with 2 outs. Let's see if we can continue the trend.
with Trent, that was a bad wordplay there.
Yeah.
Trent. Anyway, I'm really struggling. Once we count.
Trends.
The Trents, yeah. Pitcher likes it on the inside as he runs it 2-2. It's not a bad pitch, honestly. That's Reardon looks like he's kind of up on the plate, so he's trying to back him off. He doesn't want to throw on that outside pitch. Another inside pitch coming probably. Swing and a miss.
And that's the ball game.
And that does it. A lot of runs scored, but not enough. As the Govs drop this one 10-8. Next week, I believe we only have one home game for the varsity side.
It'll
We'll be
the
doing
15th, I think, April 15th. The rest of them will be on the road.
Yeah, so we'll be trying to show you the varsity, the JV games here. We won't be calling those. We'll just have the ambient sound again. For those that are watching those JV games, just know that, again, there is no one announcing. So if you're hearing stuff, you're hearing whatever people say because the mic just picks up whoever's around. So just know that no one's actually calling anything. But anyway, that'll do it for today. For Chris Bales, I'm Richard Turner, and we will see you looks like the 15th for our next home game. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Be back for